Dear students, good evening for all of you. Am I audible for everybody? Can you please confirm? Yes, yes, my dear students. Right. Last class we had a discussion related to the exception handling. We started exceptions. We started where we had different points. So let us have certain type of points. What is the purpose of exception handling? Come on, 2 minutes, some viva. Yes, ma. Jafar, good evening, ma. Come on, all of you come to the picture. What is the purpose of exception handling? Everybody try to tell. What is the purpose of exception handling? Yes, very good. To build robust applications. To build robust applications. Yes, good. What is the now you answer one more question. How many types of errors are there? How many types of errors are there? Three types of errors are available. Three types of errors are available. Yeah, three types of errors are available. Okay, very nice. Next, we will go for one more type of thing. Yeah, you know what are the errors also you are saying. Very nice to see. Nice to listen. Then after that, we want to go for one more discussion here. One more discussion. Now, fine. Compile time errors are coming due to what? Compile time errors are coming due to what? Compile time errors are coming due to what? Due to syntaxes are not following. Due to syntaxes are not following, we will get what? Compile time errors. Due to syntaxes are not following, we will get what? Errors. Right. When do you get logical errors? When do you get logical errors? When do you get logical errors? Because of wrong representation of logic. Because of wrong representation of logic. Super. Because of wrong representation of logic. Okay. Runtime errors are occurring because of what? Because of what? Wrong inputs. Okay, very nice. Yesterday I was build some 8 to 9 points. 8 to 9 points I build. 8 to 9 points I build. Okay, what are those points? You just start. So because of what runtime errors are occurring, ma? Because of what runtime errors are occurring? You just answer my question. That is more than enough. Because of what runtime errors are coming? Wrong input. Super. Wrong input. Because of wrong input, you are getting what type of errors? Runtime errors. Okay. Runtime errors by default gives which messages? Runtime errors gives by default which messages? Will give you which messages? Yeah. Technical error messages will be generated. Who will understand technical error messages? Who will understand technical error messages? Technical error messages understandable. Excellent, ma. Excellent. Very good response. User friendly programmers will understand. Who will not understand? Who will not understand? End users cannot understand. Excellent. So, do you have any technique to convert technical error messages into user friendly error message? Do you have any topic to convert user friendly error messages into technical error messages into user friendly? Yes, sir. Exception handling concept is there. What is the definition of exception? All of you. What is the definition of exception? Definition of exception is what? Converting the technical error messages into which messages? User friendly error messages. Converting the technical error messages into user friendly error messages. Converting the technical error messages into user friendly error messages. Converting the technical error messages into user friendly error messages. Right. Very simple. Very simple. Right. Next, what do you mean by exception? 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 Runtime errors. Runtime errors are called what? Exception. Runtime errors are called what? Exception. Exceptions by default generates which messages? Technical error messages. Very perfect. Very perfect. Yeah. So hence, every invalid input gives what? Exception. That is perfect. Every invalid input gives one exception. Very perfect. When an exception is occurring, internally three steps are taking place. Number one, PVM stops the program execution abnormally. PVM comes out of the program flow and PVM generates a technical error message. To do these three things, PVM will create what? PVM creates what? Very good. Object will be created. Object. That's why every exception is considered as what? Every exception is by default considered as what? Object of an appropriate exception class. That's why you must understand very nicely there. Object of exception. My dear students, is these points are clear? Okay. Now shall we go to the next discussion today? What is the next concept here? Handling the exception. Handling the exception. Now I am entering into the handling the exception. Now I am going for handling the exception. I am going to introduce the concept called what? Handling the exception in Python. So, very simple. Handling the exception in Python. Yes. Tell me the situation here. What do you mean by handling the exception? Easy. Yes, Taushif, very good mom. Handling the exception in Python is nothing but converting which messages, technical error messages into user-friendly error messages. Handling the exception in Python is nothing but converting technical error messages into, come on ma, today's class is very important. Error messages into what messages? User-friendly error messages. User-friendly error messages is called converting the error messages into user-friendly error messages. Handling the exceptions in Python is nothing but converting the technical error messages into user-friendly error messages. To do this process, now I'm continuing. To do this process in exception handling concept, we have five keywords. We have five keywords. Right? They are. What is the first one I am talking about? Try. A is called try. I will explain them. Next is called what? Next is called what you know. Today's class is very, very important. Try to understand more perfectly in the class. More perfectly in the class. Okay. Next is called what? Else. Else. And next is called what you know. Finally. Finally. Next is called raise. Raise keywords. These are the keywords we have. These are the keywords. Are you able to get my points? Now you are supposed to understand syntax for handling the exception. Syntax for handling the exception. Syntax for handling the exception. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. What is the syntax for handling the exception? You need to understand. And before going to this, I just want to cover one small point. Of course, even after this also I can cover, but before if I cover, it is more enough, more easy for you. Please come back to the point back. Runtime error. You see, when the exception occurs in Python program, PVM creates an object of appropriate exception class. The purpose of exception class is to terminate the program execution abnormally when the exception occurs. That's why every exception is considered as what? Object. Every exception is considered as simply what? As an object. Okay, that's why I just want to go for discussing some type of small topic before this. Of course, we are going to talk about the syntax. I will come back once again. All of you must notice this point. Before this, I just want to consider one small point. What is that point? You just observe it. Types of exceptions I want to cover. Types of exception. Even after the syntax also I can cover, but I want to cover before that. Types of exceptions in Python. Types of exceptions in Python. Very, very easy. Let's follow. Without late, let's follow. What is it? In Python programming, we have two types of exceptions. Two types of what? Exceptions. They are. Now I am talking. They are. What is that first one? First one is called what? Predefined. Predefined. Oblique what? Predefined oblique what? Built-in exceptions. Built-in. PUILT. Built-in exceptions we can call. Built-in exceptions we can call. What is the B here? It is called programmer or what? User-defined exceptions we can call. User-defined exceptions we can call. Predefined exceptions and next is called what? Programmer-defined exceptions we can call. So are you understanding this point? Let us understand what is this predefined exceptions are. Let's, my dear students, concentrate on this. As we have seen previously, let us open one example. Let us open one example. Let us go. Here I am taking, let us take one example. Here you take it. What is this? ex2 or ex3.py, ex3.py. Let us watch it. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 0. Print of what? Value of A is equal to comma A. Value of B, value of B, comma B. I am writing comma B. And next C is equal to A by B, A by B. Of course, I will write after that. I will write after this. Okay. Value of A, value of B. Next I will write it. Value of C also I will write it. Value of C. DIV I can write it. DIV. div is equal to C, I will write it. See, my dear students, in last class also I told you the same point. Whether you remembered or not, last class also I told you the same point. You see, this is the one last class I told you. Yeah, see, remember this. Last class, even I was uploaded this part for you. 1 minute, let me take the pointer for explanation. Okay, right. Let us start with the discussion. So in this line, there is no problem. In this line also, there is no problem. When you are coming to this line, PVM coming to this line, it is considered as an invalid input. Invalid input is considered as what? Runtime error. Every runtime error is called exception. Program execution abnormally terminated, PVM comes out of it, PVM generates a system error message, technical error message. It is simply coming out of it. Coming out of that. When it comes out of it, immediately it gives you error. It gives you error. It gives you error. Finally, I am going to give you the clarity here. It gives you the clarity here. PVM creates an object of what? Certain kind of class. So, what is the problem here? Division by 0 is the problem. What is an exception is created? 0 division error. Zero division error. When zero division error is occurring, what is happening here? Problem to have this ABC points, some exception is getting created. What is the exception is getting created? What is an exception is getting created? Zero division error is the problem. That means, let us coming to the same point. Practically, you try to observe it. Practically, you try to observe it. Let us save this point. Let us save this point. So, coming to this ex3.py. Last class, what we observed it, I am just saying into the programming technically. So, z colon. So, I am saying that caveat Python 6 p.m. There I am going to talk about CD. I am talking about exceptions. Exceptions. There you say py ex3.py. See that now? See this carefully. Line number 4. Exception. What is an exception? Zero division error. Zero division error. See, my dear students, it is called a zero division error. That is nothing but line number 4. There is a problem. Suppose if you give line number 4 means this one. I give you a valid input. I give you a valid input. Output is coming. Valid. This one. I gave you already. When you enter valid input, output is coming. When you enter invalid input, you will get the exception. Zero division error you defined, already defined. Come on, is the zero division error you defined, already defined? Already defined. So it is known as which exception? Predefined exception. Predefined exception. Let us go to one more point. I will say one more example here. Because exception handling is not one day topic. Daily that will come in front of you. Now I am taking ex4.py. A is equal to, within the double quotes, 100. Now I am saying B is equal to int of A. Int of A. And print, I am saying that value of B, comma B I am saying. Value of B, I am saying example 4.py. Exceptions here. Out of that, now you say py, example 4.py. See, value 100 is converted. Suppose if all of a sudden this is 100 ABC, is the PVM is able to convert this line number 3? All of you? No. That is nothing but, this is called invalid number format. This problem is called what? Invalid number. This is called invalid number format. So such invalid number format you cannot convert. So you are going to get an exception in this case. That exception is called value error. What is an error name? Value error it is called. Value error. Let us see that. Execute. You see, it is going to be called as value error. What this is known as exception we can call. Exception we can call. Is it defined by you or already defined? Is it defined by you or already defined? Already defined. It was already defined. It is called value error. It is called what error? Value error. It is called value error. It was already defined. Very, very simple, my dear students. Let us go to that. Like that, if we go on taking lot of values, we are going to get it as what? Exceptions. Now you take one more type of thing. One more type of thing. You go for it. Here I am taking. Here I am taking one more type of thing. What is this? 5.py. 5.py. S is equal to Python. S is equal to Python. Print of what, S of 0. S of 0. S of 0 will give you what? Capital P. Capital P. Print of what, S of 1. S of 1. Or S of 3. I will give you S of 3. What is the S of 3? 0, 1, 2, 3. That is going to give you as what? H. H. Print of what? S of 10. S of 10 I am giving. H of 10. Do you have 10th position here? Can you tell me what you will get it? It is nothing but invalid error. It is nothing but what? Invalid position it is. Index error. Yes, very good. Index error. Let us save this code. ex5.py. Yes, very, very simple. ex5.py. See that? What, man? Py. ex5.py. Yeah. ex5.py. So you are getting where it was saved, ma'am. It was saved in. Okay. It was saved in some notes. It was saved in. Yeah. ex5.py. Now you say, what is that error? What is that error? ex5. I am saying that 5. Now see, index error. Index error. So these are all called what? These are all called what? Index error. Like that. These are all exceptions you defined, already defined them. Already defined. They are all dealing with which problems? Universal problems. Which problems, my dear students? Universal problems they are dealing with. So simple. Now I am writing these exceptions. These exceptions are already defined, already developed, and available in Python software. Already available in where? Python software. Already available in where? Python software. And whose purpose is to deal with which problems? Universal problems. Universal problems. Whose purpose is to deal with what problems? Universal problems. Whose purpose is to deal with which problems? Universal problems. Universal problems they are dealing with. Right? What are the examples here? What are the examples we are taking here? Very, very simple. Examples are what? Number one. What is this thing? Division by zero problem. Division by zero problem. What is the name of the class? What is the name of the class for this division by zero? What is the problem name? Zero division error. See that? Zero division error. Zero division error. Zero division error. B. Invalid number formats. Invalid number formats conversion. Which type of exception? Value error. So already we know value error. I am taking it as what? Value error. Next, one more type of thing is called what? Invalid index positions. Invalid index positions. Invalid indexes. Invalid index values. What is that? What is that? Index error. Like that, if I go on taking, these are all comes under what? Universal problems. These are all comes under what problems? Universal problems they are called. Division by zero. Zero division error. Invalid number formats. Value error. Invalid index values. Index error. These are all comes under what? These are all comes under what? Exceptions. That means for every exception, for every type of value, one type of exception will be available. For every type of value, one type of exception is available. Is it clear, my dear students? Is it clear, my dear students? Fine. Similarly, we have programmer defined exceptions also. So let me take it programmer defined exceptions here. Programmer defined exceptions, I am going to take it. Yes, easy. Now you see how easy they are cut. Now, these exceptions, these exceptions are defined by, developed by, I will say, developed by. These exceptions are developed by programmers. Programmers. These exceptions are developed by programmers, and they are available, and they are available. They are available as a part of. They are available as a part of what? Python project. Python project. They are available in the Python project. Super. These exceptions are already developed by Python programmers. They are available as a part of what? They are available as a part of what? They are available as a part of what? Python project. And whose role is? And whose role is? Whose role is? Python project deal with common problems. Which problems? Common problems. Right. Yes, ma'am, Meghraj. I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you that. Okay. Don't worry about it. I'm going to give you those things. So, coming to the point of it, coming to the discussion of exceptions. Very, very simple. Let's go for this. What are the common problems? We are going to give you that. Some of the common problems. Some of the universal problems are what? Division by zero. Right? Some of the universal problems are, these are the universal problems. Some of the common problems are, some of the, next line I will write it. See, some of the common problems are, some of the common problems are, what are the common problems here? What are the common problems here? Yeah. Some of the common problems are attempting to enter, what? Attempting to enter what? Example, you take it. Here we are entering division by zero. What is an exception? Zero division error. Invalid number formats, value error. Invalid index values, index error. Programmer or user defined exceptions developed by programmers. Right? So, coming to the point of it, common problems. Some of the common problems are attempting to enter. Take some examples. Attempting to enter invalid PIN in ATM applications. In ATM applications. Is it considered as an exception or not? Is it considered as an exception or not? Is it considered as an exception or not? Everybody must understand me. Yes, sir. For that, what is required? What is required? What is required? Object is required. To create an object, what is required? Class is required. Is that class was there in the predefined part? Was the class is there in the predefined part? No. So who need to develop it? 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 Programmer has to define. That's why they are known as what? Programmer defined exceptions we can call. That's why they are known as what? Programmer defined exceptions we can call. Programmer defined exceptions we can call. Perfect. So coming to the next point here, attempting to enter invalid PIN in ATM applications. Attempting to enter invalid PIN in ATM applications. Right? Simple. Next I am going to enter one more kind of thing. One more kind of thing I am going to give you the clarity. Right. So what is that? Attempting to enter. One more thing. Attempting to enter invalid. What is it? Username, invalid username and password. Invalid username and password. We are entering invalid username and password. Attempting to enter invalid username and password. That is also called what? One type of here invalid input in our applications. Invalid input is known as what? Exception. Exception means need to create what? Object. Object create what is required? Class is required. Class is required. Such a class required what? Such a class required what? Come on to the point of it. Such a class required what? Such a class who will develop? Programmer defined exceptions. Programmer defined exceptions are required. Programmer defined exceptions are required. Such a programmer defined exceptions like this, if I go on entering. One more also I will write it. One more also I will write it. C point I will write it. What is that? Attempting to withdraw. Attempting to withdraw. See, withdraw more amount than existing balance. More amount than what? Existing balance. What is it? It is also called one exception or not? It is also called one exception. It is also called one exception means what? What is required? Attempting to enter more amount than existing balance. It is called one type of exception. Object is required. Object require class. Such a class is not there. Such a class is not there. Attempting to withdraw more amount than existing balance, we require some type of exception class. So we are going to give you the clarity here. Fine. So let us coming to the point back. Like this, if I go on taking, for every type of invalid input, there is an exception. If the exception was not there, such exception we need to develop it. That's why we call it as what? Programmer defined exceptions we can call. Dear students, is it clear? Is it clear? Yeah. Now you come on to the point. This you try to save it in our program that I can post it for you. Yeah. Now you come on to the previous point. Handling the exception you come. Handling the exception you can come. Right? How easy this is going to be called as. How easy this is going to be called as. Simple. Yes. Let us move to the further discussion here. Yeah. Easy for you to understand. Syntax for handling the exception. Let us write down syntax. Dear students, any confusion with this? After discussing, I am coming to the handling of the exception. Any confusion, students? Any confusion, my dear students? No. So clarity is there, na? Clarity. Are you getting clarity on this point? Yes. So coming to the point back, now I am going to move to the further. Yeah. See, syntax for handling the exception. So before going to that, I just want to talk about a simple explanation here. So what is the syntax I am going to give you? Let's write one program, full-length program I am writing. Watch it. What is the need of the syntax I am talking? So I am writing program for accepting two integer values and find their division. Program for accepting two integer values and find their division. Okay. Now I am giving the file name as what? div1.py. div1.py. A is equal to int of input of enter what? First value. Or I will take it, my dear students. Input of, I will just accept the value. Enter first value. Carefully try to answer it. B is equal to enter second value. B is equal to enter second value. Yes, second value. This is called B. Enter first value. Enter second value. Yes, I am getting the A and B. A and B I am going to get it. Enter first value. Enter second value. A and B we are getting it. A and B are what type? What type of values they are called? STR. Very good. Good. STR type. Now, if I say C is equal to yes, A by B, you will get exception. You will get exception. What is that exception? Can anybody can say? What is that exception? Can anybody can say? Excellent. Rom. Anuj. Good. Type error. Type error. You will get it. Type error. You will get it as what error? Type error. You will get it. Type error. Let us save this part of it. Let us save this part of it. Yeah. Go to this location. Go to this location. div1.py. So there I say py div1.py. And 10 and 2, you see both of them are STRs only. Now you say type error, we got it. Type error, we got it. That means we cannot do this type of string by string, we cannot do because it is invalid operation we can call. So what we do now? Convert that A value into int, convert B value into int. So x1 is equal to, dear students carefully try to understand, x2 is equal to int of B. Int of what? B. x1 is equal to int of A. x2 is equal to int of B. Int of A, int of B. x3 is equal to x1 by x2. x1 by x2. x3 is equal to x1 by x2. x1 is equal to int of A. x2 is equal to int of B. x3 is equal to x1 by x2. x1 by x2. Okay. We converted and we calculate the result. Print of, I am printing. Value of x1 is equal to comma x1. Value of x2 is equal to x2. x2 is equal to x2. Now I am printing there one more value here, x3. x3 I am taking it, that is called x3. x3. Value of x1, x2, x3. x1, x2, x3 are here. Okay, print x1, x2, x3 will be here. Now I am going to take div1.py. div1.py, you just to save this code. So here, all of you must understand me very carefully. Now you execute. Enter the discussion. py div1 dot. Enter the first value. Enter the second value. You will get perfect result. Perfect result. See that from the beginning of the program to ending of the program. See, if you want, I can write down print. I am from beginning of the file. Beginning of the file. Beginning of the program. Beginning of the program. Yes. Now I am writing here ending of the program. Ending of the program. I am from ending of the program. Ending of the program. Yes. So see, I am from beginning of the program. 102 ending of the program. From beginning to ending, successfully executing. Successfully executing. Now, please be careful. Please be careful. Here I am writing. See, enter the value 10 and the next value is called what? 0. Next value called 0. Carefully try to understand. Carefully try to understand. So here, all of you listen carefully. Line number 4, no problem. Line number 5, no problem because I entered 10 and 4, 10 and 0, no problem. Conversion also no problem. And line number 8, problem will be coming. Line number 8, you will be getting exception here. Again and again, I am not going to discuss. x1 by x2, exception is resulted. Once an exception is coming in line number 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, etc. statements will not execute. Once an exception is occurring here, it will come out of it and further, and it will come out of it and will be further statements will not execute. So I already discussed it. When an exception is occurring, abnormal termination taking place. So let us execute. Let us see this now. Enter a key. You are going to get C. Line number 8. Line number 8. So you are getting, what is an exception here? zero division error. Division by zero, we are getting it. Division by zero, we are going to get it. I hope that, my dear students, this is called an exception we are getting. Division by zero, we got it. Division by zero, we got it. I hope you are following me. I hope you are following me. All of them are following my concept. Right, my dear students, is it clear? Is it clear for all of you, my dear students? Fine. So, in this case, I am giving line number 8 is considered as what? Is considered as a problematic statement. I am giving problematic statement. That is nothing but exception generated statement. Exception generated statement, this is called. I am just recognizing which statements are generating exceptions. X3 is equal to X1 by X2, which I am going to consider it as what? Exception generated statement we can call. Exception generated statement we can call. Which exception is coming here? Which exception is coming? Zero division error is coming. Zero division error. Zero division error is coming. Perfect. Next I am going for, okay, are you following? In this program I am generating, I am recognizing what are the exception generated statements. What are the exception generated statements? I am going to give you the clarity here. Exception generated statements I am giving. Fine. Coming to the point back, I am going to give you the clarity here. Next, what I am going to say, look at, I am entering 10, now I am entering 2x, 2x I am giving. 10 and what I am giving? 2x I am giving the question here. 10 and what? 2x. What is happening there? It will go to the program. See, line number 3 no problem, line number 4 no problem, 5 also no problem, 6 also no problem. 6 is called what? 10 is converted. Next is called what? 2x. 2x. Now it is coming to line number 7. Line number 7. Is it able to convert or unable to correct? Unable to convert. This is called which error? Which error? Which error? It is called a value error. Value error. Sachin. Unable to convert. Invalid number format. 2x cannot be converted. Even in the class I shown you separately. Where is it? See, 100 ABC. Invalid number format. Value error I told already. So, it is unable to convert this. Just to test it. You see, my dear students, press enter key. Value error. Line number what? 7. So, I am going to recognize it as what? Exception generated statement we can call. Exception generated statement we can call. Which error it is called? Value error. See how easy it is. Value error. Value error it is called. Value error. Okay. Now see value error. I recognize the value error. Line number how much? 7. Line number 7. Next is called one more time. You enter. Okay. So 20 ABC. 20 ABC. Now 2. Again, see that. In the same thing, line number 3, no problem. Line number 4, no problem. Line number 5, no problem. See, we learned programming, but we are learning strong programming. We are going to learn it. X1 is equal to int of a. We are converting this int of a into this integer value, but it is not possible to convert. See that now. Same type of problem is coming. Value error. Invalid literal int of base 10, 20 ABC. Value error is coming. Unable to convert. So it is going to give you what? Exception generated statement. Exception generated statement. So here, exception generated statement value error. So x1 is equal to int of a, x2 is equal to int of b, x3 is equal to x1 by x2. It is going to be called as value error. So execute this part now. We are entering these many exceptions are there. So these are the main statements in the program. Calculation statements only. So in this program, how many exceptions are there? In these statements, how many exceptions are there? 2 exceptions are there. Two exceptions are there. Value error, 1 exception, and zero division error, second exception. 1 exception coming 2 times. So, but in this program, 2 exceptions are there. So, If you follow me, my dear students, execute last and final. Ty and see, I will say 103. 103. I got the answer called 33.333 successfully executed. You say 100 and then 0 you say, you got an exception. You got an exception. Which message it is called? Which message it is called? Come on, everybody. Is this message the end user will understand? Is this message the end user will understand? No, sir. Such messages are called what? Come on, quickly. Technical error messages we can call. Okay? Right. Finally, we are going to conclude the things. What I'm going to create. Technical error messages we can call. So it is going to give you 0 division error. So we got the clarity here. Now, one more time you enter 100 and say something like 25A. So you got what? Value error we got it. See, one time only successful, rest of the time unsuccessful, technical error message. You enter one more time, dollar you enter, and then hash you enter. Again, same problem is coming. Whatever they are entering, they are getting technical error messages. Are they recommended? No. That's why we need to go for what? To generate the user-friendly error messages. Definitely we must go for what? Handling the exception. That's why we are using how many keywords now? Yes, my dear students, quickly I want to know. That's why we are supposed to go to where? Come on, master. So here I am going to say handling the syntax for handling the exception we need to learn it. So what is the syntax? Now I am going to give you the clarity. Fine. So you have already identified in the program in div1 how many exception generated statements are there. From now onwards, to make our program to be so stronger, first point you need to understand, exception generated statements you need to identify. Exception generated statements you are identifying. So that we got it. Okay, right. So let us go to the further discussion here. Very, very simple. Now, I am going to the syntax here. I am going to deals with. Syntax for handling the exception. How easy this is going to be. It is something like this. Look at my dear students. Try. Syntax I am writing, ma. Please everybody try to understand. Try is a keyword. Now it is a keyword actually. Now we are using indentation. It is going to be called as what? Indentation means definitely we will write some block of statements. Am I correct? Indentation means definitely we will write what? Some block of statements. That's why it is known as a try block. Spell out all of you. Try keyword, indentation, colon. It is known as which block? It is indentation block of statements. Indentation block of statements. So I am writing what you know. Here I am writing block of statements. I am writing, my dear students, block of statements. Carefully understand. Block of statements which are generating exceptions. Exception generated statements. Block of statements generating exceptions. Generating what? Exceptions. Exception generated statements. What are all the statements are generating exceptions? Block of statements generating exceptions. We are writing it. Perfect. So this is called which block? Try block. Sir, because of writing in try block, what is happening, sir? Carefully try to understand. This is the program, a plain program I wrote it. Normal program we have written so far. So far we used to write this type of coding only. In industry, if you write this coding, which is one of the useless coding. So any code you write in the real time, we have to write with respect to what? We have to write with respect to what? Try block we need to write. Sir, if I don't write that try and etc., what is happening? If the line number 6 exception is occurring, do you know what is happening internally? It is simply coming out of it and execute what? Other statements in the program. It will simply come out of it. It is going to be abnormally terminated. It simply goes out of the program flow, and gives which message immediately? Technical error message will be coming. There is no keyword at all try. Now, sir, what is happening? Because of you are writing the exception generated statements inside of where try block. Do you know what is happening? The statements which you are writing inside of the try block, it is permitting you, in the case of block of statement generating exceptions, your PVM will not be allowed to go out of the program flow. Your PVM will not be allowed to go out of the program flow. Instead of making it to go out of the program flow, instead of making the PVM to go out of the flow, what is happening? It is going to be made just to come out of the try block. Once again, I am saying, because of writing the block of statements generating exceptions inside of try block, your PVM will not be allowed to go out of the program. Your PVM will come out of the try block only. Because once you write a try block, you are eligible to generate user-friendly error messages. You are eligible to make your user-friendly error messages. Am I correct? Yes. Now I am writing except. Now see, except. Now my dear students, carefully try to follow. Whatever the things are coming, come on to the point of it. Is my voice is clear for everybody? Okay. Abhijit Das, please relog in ma once again. Okay. Now come on to the point of it ma. Here, whatever the exceptions are there inside the try block, if any exception is occurring in try block, simply it will come out, PVM will come out of the try block and looking for the first except block. In the except block, do you know what I am writing? Exception class name. We are supposed to write what? Exception class name 1. Class name 1 indentation. There I am going to write it what, sir? Block of statements. What is that? Block of what? Statements. Generates which message? User-friendly error messages. Right? User-friendly. Which messages? Error messages. User-friendly error messages. Block of statements generates what? User-friendly error messages. Dear students, are you okay? So, if an exception is occurring in try block, that means we are ready to write, we are ready to convert the system error messages into, user-friendly error messages. What is that user-friendly error messages now? We are ready to go for except block will ready to generate the user-friendly error messages. I hope you are understanding me. Block of statements you are writing. Which messages you are writing in except block? User-friendly error messages. Now tell me, I will plan to write it. Let us take immediately program. I will continue again. One exception class you are taking. Another exception, if it is not matching with this exception, it is looking for another except block. Another except block also you are supposed to take it. Another except block also supposed to write it. Except class name 2. Except class name 2. Block of statements generates what? User friendly error messages. So on. So on. I am writing there. I am writing there. User friendly error messages. Now I am giving exception class name n. Block of statements generates what messages? User friendly error messages. See very carefully. Try block of statements generates exception. Except exception class name 1. Block of statement generates user friendly error messages. Exception class name 2. Block of statement generates user friendly error messages. Except class name n. Block of statement generates what? User friendly error messages. Generates user friendly error messages. Is it understandable, my dear students? Is it okay? Try and accept block, accept block, accept block. Yes. Come on to the example part. Now, this example, I am going to convert it. Same example, I am going to convert it. Let us, what are all the generating exceptions here? What are all the statements generating exceptions here? Such exceptions are going to be handled very carefully. How to write it? Now I am going to give you the clarity. Very, very simple. Let's convert this. This is called what? Weak program. This is called weak program. This is called not a strong program. Right. So what are we doing here? Let us go to the next program here. Next program I am going to enter. What is the next program? Let us start. Others. Now I am going to give you the clarity. So program is title is same. Title is same. Program for this I will take it. As it is, I will take it. Yes, program for accepting div2.py, and this is called strong program. This is called robust program. This is called robust program we can call. What are we doing there? What are we doing there? We are accepting the input. We are doing the calculation and we are printing the result also. We are printing the result also. div2.py, it is a robust program. How to do it now? Now I am going to give you the clarity. Now I am going to give you the clarity. How easy this is. Fine. So as usual, let us take, these are the exception generated statement. Apply your intelligence. These are the exception generated statements. Where do you write them? Where do you write them? Inside of try. Very good. Inside of try. And these statements are depends on this AB, depends on this 4 and 5 also. So that also will be writing under where? Try block. And these are the statements that depends on what? X1, X2, X3. Totally all this line from 4 to 11, I will write inside of where? Try block. Try block I will write it. Happy? I will go to this program. See that now? Try. I am writing first time we are using try. Indentation. See carefully. I am pasting this entire thing. Right. Come on to the point back. Come on to the point back. Here I am writing. Exception generated statement. What I should write it here? Except. What are you writing there? Exception class name. Zero division error. What are the exceptions are occurring? What are the exceptions are occurring? Zero division error. Zero division error. Zero division error. Okay. Now I will write it. Print of printer. Which exception is coming? Zero division error. We already recognized zero division error. Zero division error. What is happening? Don't enter 0 for denominator. Don't enter 0 for denominator. Don't enter 0 for denominator. What is this message is called? What is this message is called? User friendly error message. Everybody must understand user friendly error message. Are you getting? Is everybody is confirming that it is called what? User friendly error message. Come on to the point. I will accept which value? This first value. I will accept second value. You are converting, no problem. And when you are coming to line number 8, what is the conversion you entered? 10 by 0, for example. When 10 by 0 means what is occurring? exception is occurring. In which block? Which block exception is occurring? In try block. What is happening? PVM will jump out of try block. PVM will jump out of try block. It is looking for which block? Except block. And PVM knows that it is a zero division error. PVM will execute this message. PVM will execute this message. Is it understandable for you? Is it clear for all of you? Yes. Clear. Let us execute this code. Let us save this code once. Let us save this code. Yes. Good. div2.py. Execute now. py div2. Yes, 102. No problem at all. Perfectly result is printing. In this case, except block will not execute because no input problem here. Totally input is correct. Totally input is correct. Now you say 10 and then 0. 10 and 0. What is happening here? Line number A, no, line number 4 no problem, 5 no problem, 6 no problem, 7 no problem. 8th problem. It jump out of which one? It jump out of which problem? Try block. Try block. And looking for except block. Follow the flow. Looking for except block. It is matching. Matching means exception which is occurred here is written by you for zero division error. And don't enter 0 for denominator. Is the message is coming. Message is coming. So I got don't enter 0 for denominator. Previously I got which message? You execute div1 program. div1 you enter. 10 and 0 you enter. Which message I got it? Which message I got it? Which message? Technical error message I got it. Here I got which message? Here I got which message? What is your opinion? What is your opinion? User friendly error message we got it. Which program is strong? Which program is strong? Which program is strong? div2 program is strong. Writing try and except blocks are always stronger. Writing try and except block are always stronger. Can I move forward? Yes, sir. Yes. Yes. Come on to the point back. Come on to the point back. Now I am entering one more type of input. Slowly you try to follow me. Follow me. 10 and then 2A. I am entering 10 and 2A. Everybody, 10 and 2A. Which program? div2. Line number 4 no problem. 5 no problem. 6 no problem. 7. Line number 7. Exception is coming. When exception is coming, come out of which block? Line number 7. Come out of which block? Come out of which block? Except block. Come out of which block? Except block. Come out of try block. Looking for zero division error. Looking for zero division error. Is it matching? Is it matching? Not matching. Not matching. Do you have any more except blocks here? Do you have any more except blocks here? No. So PVM goes out of the program flow. PVM goes out of the program flow and gives which message? Technical error message. Is it understandable? Is it understandable? Yes, sir. When line number 7 is an error, it jump out of the try block looking for first except block. Is it matching? No. No. It is looking for next except block. Have you written next except block? Have you written next except block? No. Since PVM does not find the appropriate except block, it is just going out of the program flow and gives technical error message. See the syntax, my dear students. Try block, except class name 1, except class name 2, except class name n. So if I have 10 exceptions, 10 except blocks we need to write or not? Yes. Some of the people will say one except block only. Some of the people will say one except block. I will tell you the next class what will be the new trend in the industry. I will tell you the new trend. Right? I will tell you the new trend in tomorrow class. This is a original standard trend. What will be the another varieties of except blocks I will tell you. First standard trend you write it. What we follow in the industry. Standard mechanism you learn it. First of all, is it one except block or multiple except blocks? Now I will write it. What is next? Except What is the next except block? Multiple except blocks we need to write it. It is an actual point. Value error. Come on, what is that? Value error. See, my dear students, value error. Value error. I am writing here. Coming to the point of it. Print off. What is this? Don't enter. See, don't enter what? Strings. Don't enter strings. Alphanumerics. 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 Next is called what? Special symbols. Special symbols. Special symbols. Right? Done. Don't enter 0 for denominator. I will give one backslash n. I will give one backslash n like this. Come on to the point back. Now execute once again. Now execute once again. Yes, div2 10 and 0. 10 and 0. Line number AB no problem. Line number 6, 7 no problem. Line number 8 problem. When it is 8 is a problem, jump out of that. PVM comes out of try block. Looking for which block? Except block. First except block. Matching. You are getting the 13th line. And no more statements are there further. It is going to same. Don't enter 0 for denominator. See that my program is so stronger. Next you enter once again. It is going to be 10. Now it is going to be 2ABC. 2ABC. Line number AB no problem. Line number X1, X2 no problem. Line number 6 no problem. 7th exception is there. Comes out of what? Comes out of which block? Comes out of which block? Try block. First except block not matching. Next except block, yes, it is matching. It is executing what? Don't enter strings, alphanumeric, special symbols, almost all. See that? See, my dear students, don't enter strings, alphanumeric, special symbols. You enter again 10 and say dollar. Here the rate you enter. Same type of thing. Same type of thing. Don't enter strings and all. Yeah. Mr. Sai is asking 1.2 and then 23. 1.2. Mr. Sai is asking 1.2. See, my dear Sai, here 1.2. STR of 1.2. Here also you will get what error? This I explained already in the beginning days. What type of error it is? Value error. In the beginning days only I told you. It is going to be saying what? Enter. Don't enter. This is considered as internally what? Alphanumeric only. Dot is a special symbol. This is called like this. Are you able to understand? Right, ma. Abhijit. Now you see. Now you see. Abhijit. Don't get the type of doubts, ma, because they are very simple. Abhijit, because don't get the type of doubts, ma. It's very, very simple. Because if you get the type of doubts, I will get a doubt on you whether you are following me or not. See all of you. See all of you what is happening. First one is alphanumeric is saying. Second one is 0 is asking. See that? Yes, I will take it. Value error. Now his doubt is, now see, first one is what he is asking? Alphanumeric. 12 ABC. 12 ABC. Second one is 0. You only tell me, my dear student, which exception will come? Everybody is saying that value error, value error, value error. Simple that is. Not at all a difficult. Why? Because whichever exception is coming first, this is the exception. Here it is alphanumeric. Alphanumeric means unable to convert. Unable to convert means jump out of the try block. Not matching here. Not matching. Next it is going to this place. It is matching. One exception at a time it will be taken. Okay? Right. Coming to the point back. See that exception. Don't enter alphanumerics and etc. Dear students, because of this try except blocks, what are you understanding? Are you getting confidence in this programming from now onwards? Are you getting confidence? Everybody must drop a message. Everybody must drop a message. Still syntax is there to continue. Still syntax is there to continue. Still syntax is there continue. So I must go for that. Right? Fine. Perfect. So let us go to the point of it. Right. So, fine. So let us coming to that. Yes, ma, Amitabh. I can explain data structures course also. but we are in the Python. I can explain data structures through Python also. That is a different course, that is linked list. I can explain binary trees. Everything I will explain with the Python program. With the Java also I can explain. With the C language also I can explain. With the C++ also I can explain. Anything, because it is my research subject only. So because so many batches are there, time slots are less. Time slots are less, ma, because so many batches. Django is there. Data science already we are entering into that. So okay, ma, need Amitabh need not to say like that, ma. I'm you. Okay. So you are saying like that. Don't feel like that. I will be there. I'll be there with you. Okay. Right. Don't feel like that. So don't say this. I'm there with you. Okay. Yeah, we will take care, ma. We will take care, because batch slots are less, but batch, okay, Java course also we will start, because yeah, you are asking Django, and Java, algorithms, data structures. Where is the schedule, ma? Because all batches are morning batch we started. Python batch 11 o'clock we started. It cost 600 students in Python. 600 students virtually. 600 students crossed. So yes, ma, we will definitely we will see one Django we will see. Okay, right. So let us go for the further. So 600 crossed means you can understand. Okay, what is the standard of our class, because it's all your friends and all those things. It's all coming through your publicity. So we have the sir, we will explain like that. Like that, we need to maintain that standards to the course, right? Just taking and then hurrying like anything, completing in 1 month, making the students unemployment is not like that. Deep discussion of the subject is required. Then only student will get a job. Then we will get the name. Okay. From my beginning of the career, 25 years of standard experience in the teaching career, we go for deep discussion. Maybe 10 days extra I may take it, but we need to go for a deep discussion. Am I correct or not? We need to go for, right. Uh, yes, ma'am. So we need to go for good standards. Good standards. Otherwise, there is no meaning of learning the computer science courses. Right, my dear students. Thank you, ma'am. Taushif, thank you. Jafar, thank you. Right. Let us move to the further. Mono, thank you, ma'am. Right. Shall I move forward to the syntax, my dear students? Yeah. See, my dear students, where are the exceptions are occurring? Come on, ma. Where are the exceptions are occurring? In try block. Am I correct? Exceptions are occurring in which block, ma? Try block. Where are you handling the exceptions? In except block. In except block. So how many except blocks we may write it? How many except blocks we can write it? One or many? Many, multi. I will explain. There are so many cases are there. So many cases are there. So many cases are there. Yes, ma, Varaprasad. I think you are asking this doubt from yesterday onwards. See, ma, depends on the faculty they will complete. Machine learning and AI, it depends on the faculty. Suppose I am taking Python, for example. So somebody will complete within 1 month also. Because I will take more than 2 months, 2.5 months, 3 months, even I take some 10 days extra also. So it depends on, if they go in depth of it programmatically more and more, they take some extra time. This is for your knowledge purpose. This is your high reach gaining purpose. If we complete so quickly, there is no use of it, first of all. Right? Come on. So, purpose, it depends on faculty, my dear student. Yeah. So, I will continue. Multiple exceptions we will write it. Multiple except blocks we will write it. Yeah. Right. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Thank you, ma. Come on to the point of it. Right. Anvita, thank you, ma. So, multiple except block. So, exceptions are handling in except block. Exceptions are rising in try block. Okay. Now, next we are going for else block we are writing. Else block. See, my dear students, else block. Here also we are writing the block of statements. Sir, what are we writing in else block, sir? When the exception is occurring in try block, listen all of you. When the exception is occurring in try block, appropriate except block will execute and else block will not execute. Else block will execute when there is no exception in try block. Else block will execute when there is no try block. Else block will execute when there is no exception in the try block. Once again, I am saying else block is written after except block. That is a placement of writing else block. Except block will execute when the exception occurring in try block. When there is no exception occurring in try block, that means the result is properly coming. Such a type of results are supposed to be generated in where? Else block. Now I am writing block of statements generating, or block of statements which will display, which will display, what? Display results of the program, results of the program, block of statements which will display results of the program, block of statements which will display results of the program. Is it understandable? When no exception in try block, which block will come in? Else block. Let us go to the program quickly. Here I am writing else block. My dear students, please look at whatever the result is there. See, the result is there. This is called result displaying or not? 9, 10, 11. Is it called result or not? Yes. Such a type of result I will write in else block. See, my dear students, I am writing. Here I am writing print. I am saying this is called result part. I am writing inside of this else block. Right. Now start. Else block. Now I added else block. After that finally block also I will add it. Now execute. Now my dear students, execute. Yes ma. 100 and then 50. 150. Any problem in AB? Line number 4, 5? Quickly. No problem, sir. Any problem in conversion, sir? Any problem in conversion, sir? No problem. Any problem in line number 8? No problem. That means complete try block executed without any exception. After that, which block will execute? After executing complete which block? Try block. No exception is available. Coming to straightforward which block? Else block will execute. Else block will execute. See my dear students, see the result. X1, X2, X3. Which block is not executing? Which block is not executing? Come on. Which block is executing? Except block is executing or not? Not executing. Which block is executed? Yes, try block is executed and else block is executed. Now you see 100 and then what 2 ABC. 100 and 2 ABC. Yes, AB 4, 5 is getting 100. Next, 7th line 2 ABC. Exception is coming. Which exception is coming? Come out of that. First except block not matching. Second except block, yes, matching. What is the answer is coming? This is an answer is coming. Is the else block is executing that time? No, sir. Very good. You got the answer. Super. Now see that now, my dear student, don't enter strings or alphanumeric and special symbols. How beautiful this syntax is designed. Right, my dear students. Last and final, 20 and 5 I will enter. No exception, result is coming. Beautiful. So, come on. Except blocks are called user-friendly error message generation. Else block is called result generation. Try block is called what? Exception monitoring, result displaying, exceptions handling, exceptions monitoring. How beautiful blocks are given. Next I will write what? Finally block, I will write it. Finally block. Print off. I am from which block? Finally block I will write it. Finally block will execute compulsorily. Irrespective of whether exception occurring or not. Irrespective of whether exception is occurring or not. My dear student, I hope that you are understanding. Except block is coming here. irrespective of the type of exception, irrespective of the type of exception, finally block will execute. Let me add in the syntax also. Now I am writing what block? Finally block I am writing. Finally block I am writing. What is a finally block, sir? Finally block I am writing. You don't worry about for a period of statements, ma. For a period of time you don't worry. But one thing you remember, block of statements which will execute, which will execute, which will execute, which will execute. Yes, please. Which will execute. What statements? Which will execute compulsorily, compulsorily. Which will execute compulsorily. Compulsorily that will execute. Yes, you see types of exceptions. Here you see. Finally block will execute in the case of exception occurrence. Finally block will execute in the case of no exception. Let us write it. Now coming to the point back, written finally block. Tell me for my satisfaction, all of you, I am asking a beautiful question. When exception is occurring, which blocks will execute? Please be careful. When exception is occurring, which blocks will execute? Seema, don't get confused. When exception is occurring, which blocks will execute? I did not get. Sachin, correct. When exception is occurring, a part of try block will execute or not? Stop it, all of you. When an exception is occurring, a part of try block will execute or not? Yes. Next after that, any one of the except block will execute or not? Yes. Then after that, finally block will execute or not? Then tell me everybody. Now tell me everybody, when an exception is occurring, which blocks will execute? Why are you saying wrong answer? Come on, try block, except block and finally block. Order is important. Try block, except block, finally block. Let us execute. Let us execute. Say 100,000 and then 0. 1000 and 0. Don't enter 0 for denominator. I am from which block? Finally block. See, beautiful. 0 division error and then finally block is executing compulsorily. Next, one more thing. 1000 and then 100. 1000 and 100. No exception is occurring. What block is executing? Else block plus what? Try block. See that result is coming plus what? Finally block. So finally block will execute in which cases? In all the cases. What is the purpose of finally block? I will explain. I will explain. Okay. Are you able to follow my concept? Yes. So, did you understand the syntax of this try? Did you understand the syntax, ma? Did you understand the syntax, please? Right. Very good. Thank you, ma. Thank you for your compliments. Yeah. Still, you will see more and more. Still, so much of thing is there. I will make you learn like anything. Right. Raise is a separate explanation, bro. Don't worry about the raise. So today we learned try block, except block, else block, finally block, and raise separately. I will explain. Try block, except block, else block, finally block. Separately I will explain. Raise is separately I will explain. Is it understandable for all those things, students? Fine. So raise is a separate. Raise keyword I will explain separately, because in my real-time application where we use raise keyword I will explain so perfectly. Right, ma? Saifuddin, I will explain, ma. I will explain. After this, I will give you explanation. I will give you explanation. What is an explanation? In this explanation, I will explain what is a try block. I will write about try block. Saifuddin, don't worry, ma. I will explain first point, second point, third point, fourth point. I will explain. Next is called what? Except block also I will explain. Second is, next is called what? Except block also I will explain. Except block also I will explain. Super, I will give perfect notes for you. First point, second point, third point, fourth point. What we observed, we will explain. Next, else block, I will explain. Else block, I will explain. Else block, first point, second point, third point, second point, third point, fourth point. Whatever we discussed, I will show you. What we observed practically, I will explain. Yes. Saifuddin, not necessary, not necessary. I will show you that. Okay? We will write it. I will explain a beautiful, what do you call, ATM application, I will explain. So depends on the situation, we will write more. Saifuddin, I will show you that. Okay? Depends on the situation, we will explain you. Okay? Not a problem. That you can easily understand. You will do like anything. You will do like a left hand, left finger. Don't worry. I will take care of it. Next is called what block? Finally block also, I will explain. Finally block also, there is a first point, second point, third point, next second point, third point, and fourth point. These points I will explain. Okay? So explanation, separate one I will explain. Explanation I will give you separately. Are you able to understand? Perfect. Fine. So dear students, I hope today syntax I gave you and one small program is explained. From now onwards, wherever exceptions are coming, it is a matter of writing. Finally block, don't worry, I will explain in the tomorrow class. Tomorrow I will write varieties of except block and explanation of it, all these things I will go for it. Shall we? This syntax can I upload today or tomorrow? This syntax can I upload today or tomorrow? Today, okay. I will give only partially discussed. So tomorrow also fine, okay, no problem. Okay, so this one syntax I will upload, explanation part I will give tomorrow. This I will remove and I will upload, no problem. Okay, today also no problem. I will upload it today itself, no problem. So shall I stop the class now? I will continue tomorrow. I will continue tomorrow about this type of explanation. Okay, my dear students, I will stop it now. Right? Thank you. Good day. All the best. Nice. Yes, ma'am. Happy Dhanteras. Thank you, ma'am. Milland, thank you. Wish you the same for all of you. Yeah, regarding the, yes, ma'am. Thank you. Advanced happy Diwali for all of you. Regarding the holiday, regarding Diwali, you please find out from the office. Right? Please contact the office. When the office people inform, I will inform you. Otherwise, will be continued. Okay? Thank you. Happy Diwali, happy Dhanteras for Dhanteras. Right. Thank you. Wish you the same. Right. All the best. Now itself I will upload. Please take care of it. Yeah. Hasan Ali, thank you, ma. Saifuddin, thank you. Right. All the best.